Om Sri Sai Ram. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Brahma. Jnanam Brahma. Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Om Sri Sai Ram. During one of my talks at the residence of Dr. Dharam, during that 3 years period, 2014 to 2017, one of the overseas devotees, he put this question. Swami says, shut up and surrender. Actually, this was quoted by one of the students in his video, quoting from Ramana Maharishi. Surrender and shut up. If we have to shut up, symbolically it means that we don't have to apply our brains. And if we don't have to apply our brains, why God has given us the brains in first place? Does it not prove logically that we are his puppets? Good question, good thought. And one must, like Arjuna, question Krishna. Whatever doubts we may have, Arjuna begins questioning, telling his point of view to Krishna, chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, and giving his decision also, that it is better to live like a beggar than fight my own kith and kin. Why do I need all these victories and this Hastinapura and these kingdoms if I have to kill my own relations, my own gurus, my own revered persons? And then how can I enjoy that victory? It is better to beg. I am not sure whether I will win or lose. But assuming even if I win, what do I do with such a victory? So I refuse to fight. But the second thought, parallel, having given this human mind argument logical, appears very logical. Anybody would, normal person would agree. Why do we kill our own people and then How can we enjoy the victory over our own killing by killing our own relations and gurus and revered people? What sense does it make? But then, before the end of first chapter, he gets that little light, Jigyasu. I am confused. I do not know what is right, what is wrong. Because he knows when Krishna has got me here, it must have some purpose. My mind says this is not the right thing to do. But Krishna has put me in this situation in the mid of the battlefield. There has to be some divine purpose. So I am confused. And then he puts his confusion for solution from Krishna, from the God, not from any lesser authority. He did not put this doubt to his own elder brother Dharmaja, not even to Bhisham Pitama. He puts it to highest authority. His own highest and best and noblest and truest self, the God self, the divine self. Even Draupadi, first she cried out to her husbands, then she cried out to the king, the sages, gurus, even Bhisham Pitama sitting in the court of King Dhritarashtra, challenging them, provoking them to save her honor, exposing their own weaknesses, expounding the Raj Dharma to put some sense in them. But when she failed, then she got the better sense. Till then, she was not seeking their help, their protection. She was trying to awaken their consciousness. She was challenging their inhuman indifference to the situation. Every person has to face the consequences of his action, reaction, and even inaction. Those who want to live in comfort zone, even they will have to face the consequences of refusing to act when the time was to act, when the situation demanded action. But when everybody refused, everybody, they did not refuse, but they exhibited their helplessness. Because they were obliged to the kingdom, to king. Once you become blind follower of the kingdom or the king, then you lose the power of discrimination. And even if your power of discrimination exists and you know that what is right, what is wrong, you cannot support the right against the kingdom, against the king, because all your life you have survived and thrived on that comfort and benefits provided by the kingdom and the king. Swami told once, Bhisham Pitama got his sense only when sleeping on that sage, that bed of arrows, all the bad blood oozed out from him, and then he started giving the true knowledge, the highest wisdom. Because Draupadi was laughing at his expounding the Vedas and Shastras. He said, I was not able to act because there was bad blood inside my system. I fed this body, and through this body, my mind, because Swami says, food, head, dudda. Something in Telugu like, your food decides your thoughts. Now, because that bad blood is out of my body because of these arrows of Arjuna, now I am getting my sense and my courage to speak up and stand up, not literally. When you speak up against the authority, the wrongdoer, that itself is standing up. So Arjuna did not surrender in chapter 1. Chapter 1 begins with Arjuna questioning the very decision to come and fight, but at the same time acknowledging that he is not the ultimate authority to decide. And he has his highest self, the God self, as his charioteer. That is his good fortune. And Krishna himself voluntarily, Arjuna did not tell him that you become my charioteer. God comes to our help, to our rescue, to protect his devotees. He doesn't need any prayers from the devotees. If you need him, you deserve him. Krishna knew that Arjuna would need me. So he decided to become his charioteer. And when Arjuna told him, take my chariot in the middle of the battlefield as a good Sarathi, he got his chariot in middle of the battlefield. But when he got that confused mind, he was neither in complete darkness nor enlightened with complete light. So he was seeing the rope as a snake. That is why love sufficiently enough. You should have enlightenment sufficiently enough. Today our so-called modern education or wisdom or practical knowledge gives us twilight. It doesn't enlighten our mind, our intelligence, our hearts sufficiently enough to know and discriminate fundamentally. Apparently, we justify, the mind has this quality to justify the unjustifiable, defend the indefensible. Even the greatest criminal will justify his or her act of crime, even quoting scriptures. That is the quality of human mind. It justifies everything. That is why it does not go to fundamental discrimination. Because once you go to the fundamental discrimination, the mind is exposed. Swami told a beautiful Chinnakatha. There was a lady, in those days, the bridegroom side would come to the village of bride for the marriage and everything. And they will be given their accommodation across the village separately. All the arrangements are to be done by the bride parents, everybody. There was this lady, old lady, very clever lady. She would come to the bride side and act as if she belongs to the party from the bridegroom, and she will question them, their arrangements, give them suggestions like a very representative of the bridegroom side. And she will enjoy all the hospitality, all the respect, everything, because they thought she belongs to the bridegroom side. And then she will go in the evening to the bridegroom side, posing as if she belongs to the bride side. And they would also respect her because, after all, they are our host. She will play this game both the sides and enjoy the hospitality and respect and everything. Then the inquiry began. The elders started questioning, who's this lady? The moment the inquiry began and lady came to know that I am being inquired, she ran away from the scene. Swami says this is the situation of our mind. Our mind plays tricks both the sides. It will take you to mandir to discourse for darshan, everything, and make you feel wow, our mind is very good now, it is devoted mind. Then it will take you to the worldly side, make you compete, make you do all the tricks of the trade. Wow, it enjoys both the sides. But once you inquire, who am I? Am I this mind? This mind belongs to me or I belong to the mind? Is my mind playing games with me? The moment you make this inquiry, what Swami calls self-inquiry, inquiry in the self. When you inquire, self-inquiry, Swami says, is 2/3 of any spiritual sadhana. But we are so tamasic in this Kali age, we don't take this small baby step at least to inquire, who am I? We postpone it, oh, all these things we'll see when we grow old, as if we all are very sure that we'll remain till our old age. And even if, with His grace, we do remain, we know wise people learn from others' experience. Multi-organ failures start right from age of nowadays, even 40 years, boys and girls, boys are at least getting stress, heart attacks, silent heart attacks. Even if you survive healthy till age of 55, 60, then senior citizen, do yoga, do walking, do laughter, everything you take care. How long? Maybe 70? You can extend, if you have that power, to extend the beauty and age of by applying all sorts of medicines and everything available in market today to look young. But your body and your mind, all everything is, Swami says, a limited company. How long? And when you are at that age, crossing 70, 75, you will not have that strength, that capacity to take upon that big step, because you get used to that living with this body consciousness for so long that it's very difficult to come out of it. Start early, drive slowly, reach safely. So, coming back to the question, when he put this question, surrender and shut up and surrender, immediately Swami gives the answer, the thought. He is the master. I told him, brother, first of all, Swami does not say shut up first and then surrender. And Swami has made it very clear that we are not his puppets, we are his performers. We all are his performers. Swami has given us power of discrimination, power of decision making, power of judgment. He has given us enough to do our routine, regular jobs. We don't need to ask him, shall I go for bath now? Shall I go and take my food? Shall I go to toilet? Shall I wear my clothes? This fundamental power of discrimination he has given common sense to each one of us to function and perform as humans. And he has given us this human body, human mind, human intelligence to perform with human dignity, human grace. He tells us, remind yourself every moment, I am a man, I am not animal. So first is that. We are his performers, not his puppets. Now, coming to these two, surrender and shut up. Swami doesn't say shut up and then surrender. If you claim that you have surrendered, then shut up. Once you have given your power of attorney, surrender means what? You have given your power of attorney to somebody. It is like Duryodhana gave his power of attorney to Shakuni Mama that you play on my behalf. After that, as a wise man, Duryodhana was very wise, very practical, very clever, great administrator. He had all the qualities. He even declared, I know what is right, what is wrong. But my samskara, my bringing up, it doesn't allow me to do right. And it tempts me every time to do wrong. I am helpless. Like a person who is addicted to drugs or drinks, he knows what is right, what is wrong. But the very availability of drug or the drink, he cannot control because his mind has become weak mind. Who has weakened it? He himself. His bad habits have made it weak. Now he cannot. That is why Swami says start early. When your body is strong, mind is strong, you can decide and you can act upon your decision. In old age, you will decide with all your experiences, but you will not be able to act upon your own decisions because your body will be weak, your mind will be weak, your emotions, your relations, all weaknesses will surround you. You will have to compromise because you have lived with all this for 60, 70 years. Now suddenly you cannot come out of it. You can, but you should have that strength. Common sense. But once you have surrendered, as I mentioned, then don't play double game with God. Swami says very clearly, don't play musical chairs with God. He told those big industrialists, if you believe that your business is being run by your tricks of the trade, you're giving parties, you're compromising for sake of your clients with all the wealth woman wine formulas, go ahead. But don't say that your business is being run by grace of God. तन मन धन सब है तेरा क्या लागे मेरा. Don't play duplicate games. You can bluff around with people with all your uh, image creations. Many devotees, many good people are image conscious. They act good. Swami says first be good, then see good, then do good. First be good, don't act good. If you, without being good, if you act good, it is a mukhota, the drama, the acting. So once you claim that you have surrendered, then you have to shut up. When we go and give, as Swami told my friend S. Gurumurthy, once you go and give your problem to Swami, and Swami tells you, I will take care of it, and you agree that Swami will take care, and if you believe that Swami will take care, and if you claim that you have surrendered your mind, everything to Swami, then don't play double game with God. Hanuman will not introduce. He was the, who can say that Hanuman was, who can be more intelligent or enlightened than Hanuman? But he will not claim anything. When he was asked about his introduction, he said, I am Dasoham, Dasharathe. I am servant of Prince of Dasharatha, my Lord Sri Rama. No other introduction, no other claims. The legal meaning and moral meaning of giving power of attorney is that once your attorney holder signs anything or does anything on your behalf, you are legally and morally bound to that execution without any escape route. You can take your own time to surrender, no issues. God is not in hurry, never in hurry, but He is always on time. We are always in hurry, even we are in hurry to surrender. Okay, Bhagavan, we surrender everything. You can't open, Swami says, every bud does not blossom with the rise of sun in the morning. Only those who are ready will blossom, rest will have to wait, wait, wait. Even waiting is a big sadhana, it is a therapy, waiting therapy. When you wait on Him, He works on you. And if required, He even works for you. That is the benefit of waiting upon Him. They say if God gives, be happy. But when He refuses to give, be more happy because He has noticed you. Why does God refuse to give? Because He is interested in you. For Him to give even the whole Brahmanda to you is no issue, not big deal in anything. He says, I have created the entire Brahmanda for you. But when He is refusing to give, that means He is taking interest in you. Be more happy that He has noticed you. So when Swami says wait or Swami says shut up, it is a blessing. He is telling you, I have taken the responsibility. You don't bother. As He told me, from today you will not think. He didn't say that you become my puppet. No. You will not think. I will think on your behalf. You have to follow what I direct you to do. Perform you have to. Krishna will not take bow and arrow. In the very first instance, He declared, I will not take any weapons. God will not fight our battles. But when we surrender, He will become our charioteer, our guide, to protect us, to provide us with everything we need to fight. Fight we must, perform we must, but we should not play the double game with God. You can't have 10 heads like Ravana. Head is one. Once you are given your power of attorney, power of decision, giving power of attorney is giving power of decision making. You can't give power of attorney to somebody and decide and sign anything that you want without cancelling the power of attorney. Or you cancel it. Swami, I'll take care of myself. Thank you. God has no issue. But not to play musical chair with God. Once you surrender, then you have to shut up in your own interest. And shutting up is not becoming puppet. It is actually giving yourself the best opportunity to give your best performance, because now you don't have any tension or stress of decision making. Dialogue are His, script is His, the entry, the exit, the camera, the makeup, even the co-stars and their reaction, everything is decided and directed by Him. You have to only perform. That's it. As such, how much can we decide? What is our capacity? What is the capacity of our vision, our wisdom? We can't actually decide the next moment. Let us accept it. And it is not that God wants us to become helpless. On the contrary, He is helping us to become carefree, not careless. God doesn't like careless people. At the same time, he wants to take all the burden upon himself to make us feel comfortable. Swami says when you board a train with proper ticket, you don't keep the luggage on your head. It is no sign of wisdom, it is arrogance, foolishness to say no, 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 I cannot burden the engine with this luggage. I will carry the luggage on my head. It is my luggage, so it is my responsibility, so I'll carry it on my head. Murkhudu. Because even if you don't keep it on the shelf, believing that train which carries you will carry your luggage also. Even if you, in that foolish judgment, keep the luggage on your head, scientifically, the weight upon your head is the weight that engine will have to carry. Ultimately, it is the engine that will have to carry the weight. But you are doing your foolishness. You are troubling yourself. So God is simply telling you, don't keep the luggage on your head. When I have to carry you, I will take care of your luggage also. Keep it safe. You can chain it. Trust with open eyes. Lock the car and then pray to God. Manchiri. Common sense. Don't have blind trust. Trust with open eyes. I have given you discrimination, but everything with you is limited, my child. You don't overestimate your powers, your authorities, your degrees. Little. We get one degree and we get one promotion and one. Oh, we feel that wow, now this is, I can do now everything on my own. We overestimate our capacities, our capabilities, our abilities. Good. If we truly estimate, yes, we have. We are not puppets. We have abilities, we have capabilities. But another great foolishness we do is we underestimate his powers, his authorities, his rights of ownership and doership. We keep him confined to some temple or mosque or fixed days to go and seek his blessings to play our game. We want him to bless us so that we can play our game, so we can do all the mischief. That is what we do. We go to temple and do all the, inside the temple we all are good. Ravana would be good when inside the temple, no big deal. Real good is when you come out and still be good, then you are Rama. Inside temple, while doing Shiva Bhakti, even Ravana was the greatest devotee of Lord Shiva. Not a big deal in that. Big deal is when you surrender, when you are outside the temple, in your day to day conduct. You don't allow your mind to do